All right, welcome back to the channel. So Bob Arum tells Devin Haney no thank you to a multi-fight deal after the Lomachenko fight takes place this Saturday. But the very next day an announcement comes out that Top Rank has agreed to a multi-fight deal with George Kambosos. What in the world would cause this to take place? Let me tell you what my thoughts are in this video. Before I get into it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. But before we get into that, I just want to tell you real fast about today's sponsor, the Boxing Showtime app. It's a very useful app that keeps you updated on all things boxing, and you can keep up with the latest fights, where to watch them, the latest news, and a lot more. For any hardcore boxing fan like myself, and most likely all of y'all, I would definitely recommend downloading it. And it also is most definitely a big support to the channel. It's available for both Apple and Android, and you can find the link in the description below. Thanks for considering downloading Boxing Showtime's app. But let's get back into the subject matter of the video. All right, man. So pretty much you got Devin Haney, who's going to be fighting Vasily Lomachenko coming up this Saturday in a pay-per-view fight. And you have another fighter named George Kambosos, who just lost back-to-back to Devin Haney in 2 title fights in Australia. And they are both connected in some news that has come out. The first is that despite what many people are saying, which is that Devin Haney may re-sign with Top Rank, according to Bob Arum, that is not gonna happen. Now, he came out and he was on, gave some comment to Fight Hype, and he said the following.
Own him. We're not looking for a long-term contract. We only look for long-term contracts with guys who are starting out. So the idea that if Haney wins and does a fight with PBC or with the Zone, if it's more attractive to him, why shouldn't he do it? I mean, I don't object to any of that as long as fighters don't try to breach their contract. And Haney has no contract with us going forward.
All right. So there you have it there. He is saying that he wants to sign, he would work with Devin Haney, but he only signs young fighters to long-term agreements. So if there's a fight and Devin Haney wants to work with Top Rank and there's a good fight to be made, then Bob Arum would make an offer to Devin Haney for that one fight. And if somebody else makes Devin Haney a better deal, then hey man, I don't have a problem with it. Devin Haney's not under contract. He can go fight with somebody else, right? Now, Bob Arum is somebody that, you know, is famous for this saying that yesterday he was lying, today he's telling the truth. So right after that, as it's being reported today by Boxing News, I believe it was on Boxing News 24, and it was been released out there on Twitter as well, that George Kambosos has signed a multi-fight co-promotional deal with Top Rank in conjunction with the Bella Entertainment and from Ferocious Promotions. Fight news coming soon. So right on the back of Bob Arum saying that he only does one fight deals with young up and coming fighters. Do they turn around and announce a multi-fight deal taking place with George Kambosos, who I do believe is older than Devin Haney, and is in the exact same situation that Devin Haney is in, where it is a co-promotional deal. You have Devin Haney of Devin Haney Promotions, and you have George Kambosos of Ferocious Promotions. So it is just, it's just, to me, it's kind of hilarious, man, that that Bob Arum, would say this about Devin Haney, then turn around and do the same thing, but with somebody else. But honestly, man, if you really listen to exactly what it was that Bob Arum was saying, I think he was just being polite with Devin Haney. And I really think that the issue with Devin Haney versus George Kambosos is how much money George Kambosos is going to cost for his deal versus how much money that Bob Arum thinks that he can make, right? Saying if he's putting on fights that are taking place in Australia that you can air on in the United States on ESPN, versus Devin Haney, who wants a very, very high amount of money, guaranteed money for the fights that he makes, right? But at the end of the day, man, I don't think that Devin Haney is going to wind up staying at Top Rank. I think that he's going to wind up being in a situation where he is going to have to be the free agent that he's always said that he wanted to be. And I don't have a problem with him doing that. If he continues to hold on to the belts and stays at 135 pounds, it shouldn't be much of a problem for him, because there are, pretty much every other major promotional company has somebody that he's able to fight. But I just don't know whether or not after this pay-per-view he's really going to have the value associated with his name to justify the type of purses that he's getting. And the reason that I say that is because it's not very likely that this pay-per-view is going to be a tremendous success with Vasily Lomachenko. It's a very complex and expensive way to buy the fight for fight fans. And by that, I mean you have to sign up to ESPN Plus in order to get the fight. And then you have to pay pay-per-view fee on top of signing up to the app. And so you're going to have the issue of a lot of buyers who don't necessarily buy pay-per-views off of apps. And then you're going to have, the people that do not have ESPN Plus that are used to getting shows on apps, having to pay that and, sign up for that long-term membership, and then have to pay the pay-per-view on top of that. I really don't think that it is going to be a tremendous financial success. And then when you see that, and then other people are looking at whether or not they are going to, what amount of money they're willing to invest in Devin Haney, they're going to take that into consideration as well. Obviously, there's, the situation with Gervonta Davis. But if you recall what happened where Derek James, who was the trainer of Errol Spence Jr., said about Terrence Crawford that, look, man, yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. When you have a pay-per-view that does well, hey, man, your numbers and what you can demand goes up. But when you have one that doesn't do well, hey, man, it may go down. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.